This episode is brought to you by Monkey Nutrition. You say you hate average people.
I hate average. I hate average. I hate average.
And you said good is worse than average, right?
Yeah, because it's a facade.
Okay.
I mean, when you think you're getting something, that's like getting an imitation Louis or imitation Gucci. It looks so much like the real thing. I mean, it looks just like the real thing. It's in they got it in the store. It's got all the strappings. Everything looked exactly the same. But it wasn't manufactured by the real company. It's inferior product. And that's what good is. Good has this image. At least with average, you know what you're getting. Yeah. You know it's not real. But there are people who are literally I don't know about in London, but there are people in America who paid for what they thought was authentic because it looked so real. I mean, it looked like this is the real deal. And now to discover that they got beat, that watch that they got wasn't a real Rolex. You know, that diamond ring that they got wasn't real, but it looked so much. And so good looks so close to great. Some of the characteristics the traits are so close, but it's not. And so that's why I hate good, because it looks like great. It's not, but average people, they don't serve my food properly. They don't pick me up when they said they were going to pick me up. They say 8, but they meant 9. And I tell people the reason why I'm so aggravated is because, for real, honestly, and this may sound weird to you guys in the studio, but if you burn down my house, as much as it may, be like, oh, you burned down my house, I can buy another one. And they can actually, my grandmother's house was burned down about 5 years ago, and we grew up in that home. Listen to me, guys. They redid the house. It looks exactly like the house we grew up in. It's not the house, but it looks exactly like the house. You could take my money out the bank, guys, and I could get a couple more engagements, and I can put that money back. But once you take time from me, I can never get that back again. I can never get yesterday back. I can't get a second back in 2012. I can't get it back. So I take time so serious, because it's the only commodity that once it's spent, you can never regain it. And so average people don't understand the importance of time. And so that's what aggravates me, is that while you're being average, you're dragging me into your reality when that's not my world. And I don't want to live in that world. So I like to hang with great people because they get it, and people who are good transitioning to great, they're not stuck in great. They get it. They understand my passion. They understand. I was with, is it Edgar? Edgar Davis yesterday.
Edgar Davis, the football player.
A football player.
Yeah, me and
Edgar are talking, and it's a wonderful conversation because we both get it. And we're going back and forth and back and forth. He was one of the best. We're going back and forth and back and forth. And he's like, Eric, I don't understand some of these guys that play now. They don't have to drive. They're not hungry. And it's because they don't see that opportunities have to be seized. You have to. And so that's why I have a problem with average and good. They frustrate me because their facade, they look to be a certain thing, but in reality, it's not what it appears.
Don't miss London Real. Subscribe now. This week on London Real, we have the English rapper, poet, and journalist, Akala.
Hate by the pound surrounds my reflection. I do this for my own protection.
If I didn't go to Pan-African Saturday School, if I didn't grow up in the Hackney Empire, if I didn't listen to Wu-Tang Forever or read the autobiography of Malcolm X when I was 9, would I be the person I am today? Probably not.
One too many man that could have been doctors end up spending the whole life boxed up.
Hip-hop was my life. It was something I lived. I loved interacting with it. I wrote lyrics every day. I was in battles.
Because to me, all they do is breed conflict.
First time I saw someone get stabbed, I was 12, and it was a little poke. It was a meat cleaver in the back of a guy's head. I had other teachers that felt that a person from my racial, cultural, economic background, and certainly from my socioeconomic background, should not have been top of the class. These were guys who were doing well in the street, but they'd spent so much of their life in and out of prison, etc. But they were like, you don't want to be like us. You're clever. In fact, if you drop out of school, we're going to give you a hiding.
Yeah, they say you are British, and that lovely patriotism they feed you. But in reality, you have more in common with immigrants than with your leaders.
If the music is good enough, if the visual is good enough, if your online interaction is decent, you can keep your integrity and have a career.
If we're honest, true strength is the strength to be honest.
Ultimately, any power structure in the world wants to stay powerful.
On Sunday, London Real presents Akala. Knowledge is power.
It's fear. But at 20, you can't admit it's fear.